Hey everybody, today we're going to do a range test in single motor mode for the Gobi S urban drift scooter. Done a couple reviews on the scooter. It's a good scooter overall. Hopefully you've seen those. I'll put links in the comments, but before we get going here, I just want to show you that we have a full charge, 58.7 volts. Going to do this in single motor on level 3, which is the fastest mode. Goes about 25 to 28 miles per hour. A few times throughout the video, pausing the video and just kind of doing status updates and give you my overview at the end. So we'll see how this goes. And I'm about 6'1", 200 pounds, so that just gives you an idea, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll pause it and get moving and give you some updates. Hey everybody, update number 1. I'm at close to my halfway point in the ride, and it's been pretty good. So far, I've been going on average about 25 miles per hour in single motor. Fairly flat terrain, a little bit of headwind, but the scooter's having no problem at about 3/4 of throttle to hit 28 miles an hour and maintain that. So pretty pleased to see that the scooter's performing well in that regard. I'll turn you around here and show you some of the stats on the... Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that, but if not, I will translate it to you. Basically, we've gone 25 minutes, 6.8 miles of distance, and we have 54.4 volts left on the scooter. And what that translates to in actual battery life, we have about 75% of this 52 volt 20 amp battery remaining. And again, that's after a 6.9 mile trip. So things are looking pretty good for single motor usage. Don't know if we would get the full 37 miles as claimed by Urban Drift, but it looks like it's maybe not too far off. So we're going to keep going, and I'm going to give you guys this quick little ride scene so you can see the terrain that I'm on, and then I'll update you again at the end of the trip. Okay? All right. Talk to you soon. All right, everybody. Here is my ride terrain. As you can see, it's relatively flat and not very much traveled. So that's why I chose it. Pretty much get a straight shot of about 6 miles before I hit pedestrian and vehicle traffic. So sidewalk's in pretty good shape, relatively flat, and good weather, not a whole lot of wind, about 85 degrees here. Okay, I just made it up to 30 miles an hour. It looks like on the way back heading north, got a bit of a tailwind. So in single motor, it's having no issue reaching 30 miles an hour. So that's good. All right, we'll get back. All right, guys, I have completed my ride. And in the hour or so, I had to try to kill the battery on this thing, the Gobi Drift here. I was unable to do so. So in about an hour's time, I rode a total of 16.7 miles, and just kind of checking in on the odometer here with the voltage. The battery is about 50%, just north of 50% at 50.8 volts. 50.9 volts there. So I know the battery bars show a little less, but that's not always the best indicator of how much battery is left in the scooter. But based on the voltage and looking at a voltage chart, on a 52 volt 20 amp scooter such as this, did 16.9 miles, averaging about 21 miles per hour. I was easily able to get 30 miles, 28 to 30 miles an hour on single rear motor on the Gobi scooter here. And that's good. I'm also happy to report that it did not lose any of its stamina as the battery dropped. And we're here at about 50% of the battery. And I can tell you that the stamina of the scooter was still had good torque, still picked up pretty well. And I was still hitting 28 to 30 miles an hour on relatively flat ground. My entire ride was on pavement, combination of sidewalk and asphalt. And, it's about 85 degrees here. I'm about a 200-pound rider. So I would say, Urban Drift's claim of possibly getting 37 miles on this scooter is possible. I've had it in gear 3, which is the highest speed single motor. If you put it in eco mode, which tops your speed out at about 15 miles an hour, then certainly I think 37 miles is doable. But I did not do that. I had it in full third gear. Wanted to do top speed with just a single motor, which would be more of like a commuter situation. Trying to keep up with traffic, that type of thing. And I had no problem, even in with a little bit of headwind, hitting about 25 to 28 miles an hour in the single motor mode for this scooter. And I'm happy to report that it held pretty well. So I've got about 50% charge left. Going to throw it on charge. About a 16.9, 17 mile ride. So that might get you, if you're lucky, about 33 to 35 miles on even full power with just the single motor. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, if there's any other types of reviews of the scooter you'd like to see, and I'll be sure to post more videos if there's anything else I want to test out. All right, thanks guys.